Yes, people, what is going on? So, I'm very annoyed. Europa League final is coming up. For anyone that keeps asking me on Instagram and those different things, I'm not going. Get it into your heads. We're not going. And basically, no Chelsea fan is. And this is a huge problem. I'm really, really annoyed, and I'm not annoyed about there's a handful of things I'm annoyed about. I'm not necessarily annoyed about anything to do with Baku. I'm annoyed about people from UEFA. I'm annoyed about the fans' reaction. I'm annoyed about flights. I'm annoyed about so many different things. This is almost going to be my preview for the game, right? I might do a proper preview. I'm not too sure, but this is just treat this as the preview for the game, right? The preview for the game should be talking about all the players that are going to be on the pitch and the managers and the tactics and blah, 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 right? My preview is going to be considering all the problems that have gone into this game and for everything that surrounds it. The first thing I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to move over it quite quickly, it deserves to be spoken about, but I'm not going to focus on it, is the Henrik Mkhitaryan situation. Now, everyone knows I'm a Chelsea fan, and I will never shy away from that. The Mkhitaryan situation, for anyone who is living under a rock or whatever, anyone who doesn't know, is there's a problem. There's been a problem for years between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Basically, Henrik Mkhitaryan is Armenian. Azerbaijan is, of course, where the final is, and basically they don't want Armenians going into Azerbaijan, right? Because there's been conflict. There's been a war for God knows how long. There was conflict in, I think it was 2016, less than 3 years ago. There's been conflict in the region that they're fighting over because they both technically claim it as theirs. There's just problems with it, and to be honest with you, I'm in a rock and a hard place with what I think. But what I do know is Henrik Mkhitaryan is not going. Right? And I completely respect his decision. It's a very personal thing. I completely respect it. Now, people of Baku, there will be no major issues with the whole thing between Armenia and blah, 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 and Azerbaijan and the whole conflict and whatever. They want a really good final. They do. But there will be the handful of pricks who want a problem and will see a problem with Henrik Mkhitaryan for whatever reason, right? I'm not going to go into it. From what the point of view that I have, he has made the decision to not go, and rightfully so. If no one can guarantee that his safety is there, I wouldn't go either. A big game, he should be able to play, but if no one can guarantee his safety, he should not go. Everyone in Baku will be fine. They'll be not accommodating, but there'll just be a normal day. You get ready for the final. Everyone's looking forward to it. Blah, 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 blah. There will be the handful of individuals that will be and will try and do something, and they cannot. If no one can guarantee his safety, then he should not go. He's made that choice. Azerbaijan would have actually let him into the country. It was not like they deliberately said, "We don't want you here. Go away. We're declining your visa. We're doing this. We're doing that." They didn't do that. It was the threats that were made, or the possible threats that were made towards Henrik Mkhitaryan, and the fact that no one could guarantee his safety. So he made the choice to not go. It's a bad situation. I'm a Chelsea fan. All your strongest players should be able to play in a final. I don't think the situation has been dealt with wonderfully, but he's made a decision, and it's wrong that that's the case, but his safety is paramount. Simple as. Because everyone's safety is paramount. Everyone's is. And I wouldn't do it either. So I completely understand his decision and the whole situation. I think it's been dealt with incredibly poorly by everyone. He has decided not to go. Doesn't mean he's not going to get a winner's medal. Doesn't mean he's not going to do this, that, or the other, whatever. There's just problems with it. And this is part of the reason I wouldn't have picked Baku for the final. Right? I love Baku. I went there for 5 days. I really enjoyed it. I went to go and see the local team play, which is Neftchi. I went obviously to see the Chelsea game against Karabag. I went all over the place. I socialised with all the Azerbaijanis. We stuck out like a sore thumb being the English ones over there. We were there for 5 days ahead of 4 days ahead of the game. And we absolutely loved it. We went around and gave out bloody flags that I'm looking at over here. And we really went and enjoyed it. And we made a really good impression, I think, of Chelsea fans. And for my first time being over there, my dad's been working over there for years and going backwards and forwards. I was really impressed with Baku. And I think it's a lovely city. And should it be able to host a final? Yes, it should. But not the Europa League final, right? It's not ready. It's not ready. There's a handful of problems with Baku. I'll be honest with you, the police are a problem because there's all like who runs them, who does this, who does that. The F1 gets done there every year. There doesn't seem to be any sort of a problem, right? But the Europa League final, there's been absolutely no prep from UEFA. Right, UEFA released a report. Well, I don't know if they released it or not, but I know it's come out either way that when you apply for the Europa League final, you apply for both the Champions League and the Europa League final, right? So you apply for both. Just say we are interested in hosting a UEFA final, right? That is what you do. So you're interested in hosting it. You say all your pros and cons and blah, 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 and then UEFA go around and they say, okay, these are your pros, these are your cons, blah, 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 right? So there was one point where actually Baku could have been hosting the the Champions League final. It could have happened. It genuinely could have happened. They said, oh, it's a problem and this, and there's so many, you've got to have so many hotels in a certain radius of the ground, and there's a handful of different things. In the report, it said that Azerbaijan's accommodation that could go towards fans, spectators, sponsors, all these different people that go to finals, all these different people would have to include student accommodation because there is that little in Baku, and there's that little around Baku even to be able to stay, to be able to, to make into hotels or be able for people to stop for the night or whatever. Loads of different problems that there is, right? That's a big issue. UEFA did absolutely nothing with the local airline company, which is Azal, to put on extra flights for the final. They've done nothing. So still, currently, the only flights you can get with Azal going from London to Baku for the final is on Sunday. The only one that will get you there, you leave Saturday night, you get there Sunday morning. You then have to stay in Azerbaijan, in Baku, which you cannot do for love nor money, for 5 days, like we did when we went over there. If you've seen the vlog, you'll know what happened. We stayed there for 5 days and it was great, right? We stayed in the Marriott Hotel on the seafront and it was awesome. I loved it, right? But you would not be able to do that now because no one in their right mind would be able to afford that. It's not doable. There's people that are trying to fly to Tbilisi in Georgia and get a train down. The problem is you can't get from Georgia guaranteed to Azerbaijan or to Baku because the train that goes is an overnight sleeper, fair enough, but you can't buy tickets online. You have to turn up in Tbilisi and buy them literally as you get to your train, right? Now, if you've got thousands of people that have gone, oh yeah, I'll go via Tbilisi and then go down on the train, not everyone is going to be there being able to go, great, so I'll just jump on the train. Oh, hang on, there's no tickets. Oh, and then you've got people stranding in Tbilisi. What is the point? I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. Baku, awesome place, lovely place. UEFA have done absolutely no prep, no planning. There's been no organisation from the whole thing. And it's a shambles, honestly, because Baku is a really nice place. And it'd been very easy to say to Baku, actually, you're not ready for a final. But in future years, you've got to do X, Y, and Z. And if you make it happen, you'll be a great venue for a final. Because it would. The Olympic Stadium in Baku is sick. And any Arsenal fans that went out there, any Chelsea fans went out there, any Azerbaijanis that are watching this, will know that that the Olympic Stadium is a great venue. It is a really cool venue, right? The running track don't make any difference. You still get a great view. It's awesome. It is awesome. I'll put a picture of it in here, right? It's an awesome venue. I really enjoyed it when I went. I went and sat in with I went in with the home end. I wasn't with the Chelsea away fans. I had a really good view. I was right down low. I really, really enjoyed myself. But there's been no prep and no planning from UEFA, and it's UEFA's fault that this has become a problem. They're the ones that went, Baku should have the final, right? Baku should have a final, not this year. They are miles away from it. They're getting there, but they are miles away from it. And I think that there'll be a handful of people in Azerbaijan, well, I think there'll be a fair few people in Azerbaijan that go, actually, probably we aren't ready for it. We probably aren't ready. You did it in, this is the other one, this is something I was talking to my dad about. Dublin. Has Dublin ever held any UEFA finals? No. Not in recent years. Could it? Very, very easily. They've got the Aviva, which is 58,000, I think it is, capacity. Nice ground, decent ground, perfect for Europa League final. Perfect. Lovely, lovely ground, lovely city, lovely hotels to go and stay at. Some dodgy hotels as well to go and stay at. But it's places for people to stay that are comfortable and makes it an all-round good experience for any fan going and any sponsor and any journalist, whatever it is. Baku is going to be great, but it's going to have a hell of a lot of problems. The Mkhitaryan thing is a problem. The accommodation is a problem. The flights are a huge problem. And the main problem is UEFA not actually owning up to any of it. It could have been a great final. And my dad even said that I should do a video of, this is what you could have had if you prepped it. And they haven't. It's just poor. It really is poor. And I'm sorry for any Chelsea fans that have seen my videos that have gone, this is a really cool place to go and we want to go and it's going to be a great experience. I could have very easily got my ticket. But I couldn't have got out there for love nor money. £1,000 round trip. And you don't even get to stay a night in Baku. When Chelsea went before, I think it was $750, maybe $800, and you got 2 overnights, or you got a 2-night layover in Baku. So you go and experience Baku. Wow, how awesome would that have been? How awesome would that have been? You got 2 days to go and enjoy Baku. Obviously, the game as well would have been sick, but now you've literally got fly from London, probably overnight. You get there probably about 5 o'clock in the morning. Then you've got to then just chill around in Baku all day, which is very easily done. Very, very easily done. Lovely place. But then you've got to keep going until the final kicks off at 11 o'clock in the evening, which, you know, is part and parcel of it. 11 o'clock in the evening. Now you've got another 90 minutes, 2 hours for the celebrations and whatever, blah, 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 blah. Probably 2.5 hours. That's including, well, not including extra time and penalties, which could then at least be another probably 40 minutes, 45, 50 minutes, something like that. You end up looking, you could be getting out of there at bloody 3 o'clock in the morning. And then you've got to fly back to London at 5 o'clock the following day, 6 o'clock the following day, literally 3 hours later. You could be up for more than 24 hours. You're very likely to be up for more than 24 hours, and you're going to get there to the final, and you're going to think, I want to go to sleep. It's just poor. It really, really is poor. UEFA did not plan that there could be 2 teams from the same city going. They thought, it will sort itself out. It won't. It won't, because I hate to say it, right from the word go. I've seen Azerbaijani TV, I've seen English TV, I've seen loads of different TV from all over Europe. And if people are doing predictions for the Europa League final, everyone would have put Chelsea, Arsenal, the odd one would have put Napoli in. Right, but the vast majority said Chelsea, Arsenal final, and it's worked out exactly that way. And UEFA didn't do anything to think, oh shit, this might be a problem. They've done nothing. It's really poor for UEFA. The Champions League final, I'm not even going to go into. It's just problems. And it's been very poorly thought out. Anyone saying that the game should be played at Wembley as a neutral venue is stupid. It's not doable. It's just, stop. Anyone on Twitter that's going, it should be done here or there, just stop. Just get over yourselves. It's been picked. It ain't going to change from there. It's going to be in Baku. And I hope and I pray that Chelsea come out in the right result. And any Chelsea fan that's gone out there has a phenomenal experience of Baku. Any Arsenal fan that goes out there, I hope you lose. But I hope you have a great experience of Baku. And really go and enjoy it and really go and embrace the locals. Because it's a great culture to be a part of. Right? And to even see and to just enjoy. It's great. But UEFA, on your point of view, slightly hope it fails. Because simple as you put no care, no thought, no consideration into it, and the wisest thing to do would to go to the Azerbaijani FA and just go, actually, you're not ready. A couple of little tweaks here, and you'd be perfect. Because 2022, let's say 2023, would have been a great place to host a final, but 2019, it's not the right place. That's going to be the end of this video. I don't know how long it was. I didn't intend it to be this long, but there we are. There's just problems all over the place. The Henrik Mkhitaryan situation sucks. The flight situation is awful. But there's just no more you can say. I could be here all day ranting and raving about it. It's not fun. I also had a haircut. Let's end that on a positive note. Enjoy the final, guys. Anyone that's go and embrace Azerbaijani culture, have lavash. That's amazing. Some of the desserts are awesome as well. Thanks very much for watching. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. Come on, you blue boys. And make sure you go and enjoy the Europa League final, wherever you're watching it from. Probably going to be your own front room.